right, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Sorry about that last video. Samsung 7, I don't know what to say, but it always overheats and not usually in the most opportune times, but I could not get it back on till like after 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I'm like, oh, screw this, whatever. So here I am, part 2. I'm going to briefly go over some of the things I addressed in part 1 of how you can help working homeless or people who are trying to work or trying to better themselves in some way. So again, as I discussed, there's some people you can't help ever. They could be your family members, they could be strangers, they could be... Not all people want help. So when you're choosing to help somebody, you need to discern who will reciprocate, right? So I know in my life I get really tired of giving to people who don't give back. And I don't mean give back to me, I mean give back in the wheel. So if you're dealing with one of those people who don't give back, then it's your choice. Personally, I prefer to help other people that want to help themselves. And I have been blessed by people that helped me because they knew I was trying to help myself. So, okay, some of the things I went over were toiletries. Let's see, I had to take notes again today, like coconut oil, essential oils, herbs, baby wipes, rubbing alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, toilet paper, trash bags, poop bags, Ziploc bags, hand sanitizer is another good one, or rubbing alcohol, because you can also use it to clean. Yeah, I used rubbing alcohol to clean myself after days of sweaty work and not being able to take a shower. I also used vinegar. Yeah, vinegar, you can use it as a deodorant. You can also use it to rub your body, scrub your body with, which I did a lot of that. Try to keep clean. You never know when next shower is going to come. So, and that was another thing I addressed last night, is a shower. You want to help a homeless person, a working homeless person, give them a shower. And it's not just, I would go like a week. Which, for me, being a Virgo, is really, really hard. And even though I had essential oils and other people, I didn't smell or stink or anything. In fact, people told me I smelled good because of the oils. Problem is, running water and really cleansing and washing that grime down the sink makes a huge difference. Just spot rubbing, French bath here and there. I would boil water or whatever in my little alcohol tuna can fire and, washcloth and, do that. But it's not the same. And if you really want to feel your best and you want that confidence and everything that you need, or that I need at least, when I'm going to go get a job or make an impression or feel good in public, can't do that without a shower. So, again, you want to help homeless? Open your home. Okay, so I talked about, what else did I mention? Address, right? You want to help them. An address, a phone. Do you have a place, a yard for them to pitch a tent? Do you have an old, broken down, dilapidated storage shed? Yeah, okay, there's something somewhere for everyone. I think I left off talking about proper gear, like hand warmers, the clothes, and that one difference. Let me just show you something. I think I was talking about like my socks and how I didn't really express how cold I was, but I'm wearing big fat boots and socks. My toes, my feet, freezing all day long until this couple ended up giving me the thermals and the socks and stuff like I told you about. So when you're homeless, you don't spend $25 on a pair of socks. You spend $1 or $2, okay? And that's what we have. These do not get you through winter. Smart Wool, $25 socks. This, all I did was switch from this to this. My feet finally weren't frozen 24/7. And yeah, I mean, they did get cold or whatever, and sometimes I'd have to put on 2 pair, but Yeah, huge difference. So proper gear for people living in the winter. Okay, so I think I talked about the inverter. That has been a tremendous help, whether you're, charging a cell phone or a laptop, or whether you're running LED lights, or, whatever your uses are. Those are super helpful. A gas card, or gift cards of anything are super helpful if you are dealing with, say, a self-sufficient, homeless person, and say we have a tent or we have our own little space somewhere, even if it's just somebody's yard or shed or whatever, they might need tarps. They might need a tent. They might need a cooler. I guarantee you have an extra cooler around. I mean, think about that. That's our refrigerator, right? Without that, we're either eating rotten food or dry food, or we have to buy food every meal, right? Yeah, so that's another way you can help. A little cooler. Bungees even, whether it's tying things down, a little barbecue, or again, a bottle of 91% isopropyl alcohol and a can of tuna. And I've demonstrated how you can heat and feed yourself with just that for at least a month. Okay, so I was a single disabled woman, and remember when I was in the car, living in the car, I couldn't fucking walk or complete a coherent sentence. It was horrible. I had zero to defend myself other than my super Jedi mind tricks. But think about that, okay? I mean, I actually had people show up in my van, like in my bed. Just like, what? Who? How? What? There's like this bump, and how did you get there? Things like that. So think about self-defense. Pepper spray, stun gun, be wise and mindful. And most independent people, homeless people, we don't want someone to take care of us, right? We want the hand up, not the hand out. We want the tools to help us gain the satisfaction of digging ourselves out, right? So, think about things, tools that you have that you don't need, that are lying around, that could make somebody's life a little easier. Even if, stun gun, pepper spray, what about a knife? You need a knife. Whether it's for self-defense or for filleting a fish or for feeding yourself, I mean, I need it to slice a freaking avocado, right? It's just necessary. So think about things like that. Okay, so I mentioned like if they have skills, or everybody has skills. So find out what their skills are, put them to work. I guarantee you have some place on your property that can be cleaned, or pets that could be washed or walked, or poop that could be picked up, or, and I know when I'm saying this, like people are thinking, oh my God, well, what, you think I'm your slave? I'm going to clean your toilets. Well, there's some of us that enjoy that and thoroughly tap into and enjoy the energetic principles of cleansing. I consider it a great honor. In fact, this is funny. So this broken down, dilapidated, dirty, moldy, yucky shed I live in right now, you see me in? Yeah. They were actually going to tear it down, and they thought, there's the other room over there, they thought that it was too gross of a job, and, they're just trying to be respectful, right? Like, we don't want to insult her. She'll never do this work. Dude, I was honored. And not only that, I turned out, I got to create my own little dwelling to live. So think about that. Do you have a yard? Do you have a little corner property, piece of your property where somebody could pitch a tent? I bet you do. Okay. So, and again, I think I addressed in the last video, you people that are like, oh my God, Trump and Republicans and all these people are so horrible. look at all these homeless people. They're rich and greedy and they're not helping them and and they're not taking the refugees. And what the fuck are you doing? You walk by the homeless people in your own neighborhood, yet you want to demand some other political party takes in hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands or millions of poor people. What are you doing? Did you open your door? Until you open your door, shut the fuck up. That's right. Thank you. Okay, so, what else is on this list? Stun gun tent. Okay, so as far as food items, I think I addressed, don't give big, bulky, think about, you have to ask them what they have. What, do they even have the ability to heat something up? If they don't, then frickin' don't. Give them, microwave dinners, right? Do they have a freezer? Do they, just think about that. Or a big box of canned food. Do they have a place to put it? How the heck are they going to carry all that around? Yeah. Okay, so I can't remember if I mentioned internet connection. One of the coolest gifts somebody gave me, and she also lived in her car. Teacher, by the way. Life happens. And she found out what she really needed, and she was actually the one that sent me the inverter and stuff, because she knew, this might come in handy. She knew before I knew. And she ended up having an Xfinity account, and I guess you have other accounts or something, and gave me her name and her password, so anytime I was around an Xfinity tower, I had internet. And when you're trying to look for jobs or trying to do videos or trying to do another radio show or just trying to keep in touch with their friends or find the nearest laundromat or shelter or whatever, yeah, that was really, really helpful. So if you have an extra internet connection or even some people would give blood for a Netflix account. Do you have an extra Netflix account? If people do have their little internet or phone or want to entertain themselves in their tent or whatever, that's helpful too. Yeah, think about that, okay? I wrote down a day of real life. What I mean by that is, when you are homeless, you are obviously isolated. Physically, emotionally, mentally, people forget that you are an actual person with actual skills. They just, once you're homeless, you don't have a PhD anymore. You were never in radio. You were never a teacher. You were never a sports star. You were never a mother. You were never capable of wiping your own ass, right? That's literally that one word. It literally made people that I've known for 35 years to completely forget who I was. Yeah. People that I had taught and helped save their lives forgot that I was the one that did that. And so there I am all, trying to take care of myself and get my hands and things to move. Oh, well, Christie, did you try coconut oil? You might. Dude, keep that stuff to yourself. Again, don't forget they're human just because they're in a temporary financial setback, right? So a day of real life, what would that look like? Hey, how are you doing today? Hi, you hungry? Oh, a little bit. Hey, you know what? Why don't you come with me? We're going to go have a girl day and play with our hair and makeup and play dress up. And then we're going to go have a nice lunch or a nice night on the town or go see a movie or a show or a coffee shop or a music, whatever. Take that person and treat them as a human, a smile, a connection. Right? Honor that they still have the same desires you do. We don't want to be an ugly piece of trash, an ugly, dirty, poor piece of shit that everybody feels justified in spitting on. Or, I mean, even look at some of the comments on my homeless videos. People were like, oh, well, you're homeless because you're just a bitch and you just deserve it. And, you know, like, people are totally justifying, you know, whatever their abusive actions are. And unfortunately, that happens. So don't forget, we're people too. Yeah, exact same needs as you. Love, water, sunshine, shelter, warmth, connection, food. Yeah, we all have the exact same needs. Don't forget that, okay? So a day of real life, whatever that is. The barber shop. I mean, some people would be super excited with an $8 haircut. I don't know, does Supercuts still do that? If they're even still around. But you know what I mean. Okay, so I think gas card, gift card. Oh, and then of course cash if you have some to spare, and again, use your discernment. Are they the kind of people that I used to give to that would just walk right into the liquor store to their dealer in National City and go get some crack? Or are they going to use that money to, say, buy some propane or some nourishing food or some rebar to fix their tent or a heater or a lantern or, you know what I mean? And those things, you can't think of all those things. You can't get them a gift card from every single place they need. So sometimes you need to put a little faith and a little bit of cash here, and especially if they're doing the work or whatever, you know. But use your own judgment, because I know how horrible I would feel when I would go give homeless people money and then I just watch them go blow it, or the ones they'd have will work for food sign, and I'd go there and I'd give them food and ask them if they wanted to help me paint my room. Then I'd get food thrown at me, literally, and cussed at because they didn't actually want the food. That's just I don't know. You guys, I just have to say this. If you're homeless and you're out there holding a sign, do you want to get any better than that? I mean, do you really think that life is about sitting there and begging your life away? I did not do that once. Why? Because I did things. I crocheted. I took pictures. I did work. I made medicine. I walked around with a freaking bunch of essential oils and bottles. And I, you know, somebody, oh, I have poison oak. Can you help? Oh, absolutely. Or headache or candida or fucking lymph node infection. You know, all the whatever. I had my tools, right? Everybody has a tool. What is your skill? What is your tool? I kept that. Why? Because I love it and I knew I would need it and I knew that it could feed me eventually. So, I think I have exhausted that list so far. But yeah, those are some ways that you can tangibly help a working homeless. But really, honestly, number one is the human connection, the smiles. And I know I talked about it somewhere, I just don't remember when or where, and maybe I should do a video about it, but actually I'm going to write that down. I am going to. Smiles save lives. And I'll just tell you the premise, though. The one night where whatever drama happened, I didn't know what to do, and then Spirit tells me go to Seattle, and I'm just like, what? Fuck Seattle! You know I don't like cities. Why are you telling me to go here? So I went, walked around aimlessly, saw a couple girls on the street. Hey, do you know where there's a cool place to walk around? You know, just figure I'd people watch or just be in a place. You know, Spirit tells me to go somewhere, it's because I need to meet someone. Okay, but who? I don't know. I just kind of have to wait until it happens. Well, there I was. 7. I shit you not. 7 different people came up to me that night to tell me, wow, I love your energy. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Or, oh, you're blah, blah. Hey, can I just give you a hug? You just, I swear to God, 7 different times. Like some of them, like they were angels sent. Like they knew that I wish I could thank them all. I don't know them all. I know one of them, but yeah, 7 different people that night I'm just thinking, dude, can I just die? You know, I cannot take any more. And, yeah, they smiled and gave me new hope. And one chick, she sat down next to me, how you doing? And I just looked at her like, dude, don't even ask, okay? Because it's like one of those times where, you know, somebody asks you how you doing and you're like, blah! Okay, well that was, you know, I just wasn't into talking, and I really didn't believe that anybody actually cared, especially people in the streets of Seattle on like a Friday night or something, or a Saturday. And anyway, she asked me for a cigarette, so I rolled her one and started talking, and we were talking about something in Florida, and I was showing her pictures and scrolling through my photos, and then it landed on this furniture I built. Well, you know, some of it in here, if you've seen my other videos. She's like, whoa, what's that? And I'm like, just some stuff I built. Keep scrolling. No, I want to see it. Okay, fine. Scroll back, try to find it. She's like, are you looking for work? Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. Well, I just happen to own blah, 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 and looking for someone to blah, blah, blah. And so there I was, working with her. Just like that. So, if you are in a situation, trust your intuition always. Listen to spirit. I could tell you so many more magical stories like that. Like the bed and breakfast that I was at, and how spirit led me, not there, but somewhere in that town a year and a half ago, just to meet a sweet, grieving person who ended up being able to help me a year and a half later, totally out of the blue. Didn't even know, or didn't, you know, hey, are you cold? Why don't you come get warm? Not only was I able to get warm, more work. So follow your gut. Don't stay. You know what? I'm gonna stop this, and I'm gonna go into another video just for homeless people. But this video is supposed to be for everyone and how we can help people in a tangible way. So I hope I was able to help, and thank you for listening. And I'll see you next time.